Hello, I'm Maria. Today, I'd like to share with you one of the most exciting experiences I had in my life. A few years back, I helped a dear friend of mine prepare a speech for a very important conference. And the speech went really well. In fact, it went so well that the former boss of my friend asked him what had happened. How come did he suddenly turn from an average speaker to a brilliant one? And to my huge surprise, my friend said the following: Maria helped me. 2 months after this short conversation, I was standing in front of the whole company where my friend worked back then, in Las Vegas, over 6,000 miles away from my home country, ready to give my very first coaching session about a topic which I barely knew in a foreign language. It's hard to describe how I felt. My hands were shaking, my mouth, it was desert dry, and I found it really hard to think clearly. I was scared. Yet I knew that I had this one chance to make it good. So I began. And the speech went amazingly well. The audience loved the content, they enjoyed the exercises, and we all had tons of fun. The founder himself, right after the speech, asked me to coach him for his next big keynote, which I of course gladly agreed to do. So this was a very fast start of my new career. But if today somebody asked me, what is the single most important lesson that I took out from this experience, I would say the following. Back then, on that stage, I learned through my own experience how to deal with fear. And I'd like to take this opportunity to share with you the number one principle which helps me and so many people to be confident on stage. Know your goal. Know exactly why you're giving this particular talk to this particular audience, and you will be able to refocus your attention from your fear to your goal. When I stood on that stage, I was 100% determined to help this particular audience understand, to learn, and to feel that public speaking can be fun, can be enjoyable, and that they all can do it. I clearly envisioned how many people they will inspire with their speeches, and I clearly saw how wonderful my own career will look after I help this audience grow. Once I reminded these things to myself, there was simply no more space for fear. I could easily refocus my attention from my fear to what's most important, to my content. There's a beautiful saying by Neil James Hallingworth which summarizes this principle. James says, "Courage is not the absence of fear. Rather, courage is a conscious decision that something else is more important than fear." For over 3 years, I taught this principle to people from all walks of life, from students all the way to the European ambassador to the Russian Federation. And I know that it works. Having a strong enough motivation lets you switch your attention from fear to what's most important, to your goal. Thank you so much for taking the time to watch this video. I sincerely hope to have a chance to meet and to discuss this and many more principles that help people speak more fluently. Thank you so much. Farewell.